How you doing? It's Trent Sanderson and you're on the Living Realm Network. Okay, I'm gonna start this video off with meditation and a little bit of prayer. So we want to pray on focusing on calming ourselves down and clearing our consciousness and our mind of all thoughts and chaotic voices that are always going on at all times throughout the day. So we want to just take a deep breath in and breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. I'm gonna give you some time to go ahead and finish. Makes you feel a lot better. For some strange reason, it makes you feel cleansed. To feel all the air going through your body. It's a beautiful thing. Makes you happier. It really does make you happier. Okay, this video is about creativity. Creativity. Being a creative individual, I've came across people who are not as creative, and we've always talked about it and had conversations about it. And so that's why I can kind of talk on this topic. I've met plenty of people who had different gifts in other areas of expertise, but I found them to be creative in ways that they can understand. Excuse me. Now, the ways that I think are creative may not be the same ways that you think things are creative. So my whole objective right now is to help you find, help you realize things about yourself that make you creative, that you can cultivate and you can utilize it to your advantage to make you the greatest version ever. So first of all, what do we say? Divine powers are always working for us because we're trying to do right. Get that down in your soul, because divine powers are always working for you when you're trying to do the right thing. Okay, so creativity. Creativity is simply expressing yourself. And if you're a creative person, you already know some of this stuff I'm talking about. But let me enlighten you to give you confirmation, because it seems like when you get confirmation, it makes you better. It makes you feel better when you read a book about something that you already know. You're like, oh, okay, I get it, when you already knew it. So hear what I have to say and take it and run with it and go be great. Okay, so what you're doing when you're being creative is you expressing yourself. Now, the whole objective to be more creative, the goal to be more creative, is to express yourself more. You have to find things in your character, in your nature, in your spirit, in your soul, in your being, in your personality. You have to find things. You have to realize things about yourself that you find creative about yourself. And then once you have found out what those things are, you want to stir them up. You want to stir up your fruits. You want to stir up your gifts, so that you can produce fruit. Okay. Fruit is symbolic for profits or happiness, joy, all the good things that come back to you from what you have produced. Okay. So in order to be more creative, you want to find more ways to express yourself through different mediums. And in this world that we live in our society today, there's really no excuse for nobody not to be expressing themselves. Of all the things that are out here, in the world. You got so many different chat rooms that you can go on with people that think about the same stuff you think about. You got all these different social networks. You can go hit the library and find all these different books to help you learn stuff. You got clubs, you got organizations. You can go to the boxing gym. You can go to the regular gym. You can go to the yoga gym. You can go to the basketball courts and meet people, do all kind of stuff in this world that makes you involved with creativity and yourself. Like the things that you like to do, you have to find out what those things are that you like about yourself, and cultivate them. And when I say cultivate, what I mean is you have to stir them up. Once again, get this down in your spirit. You have to stir them up. You know, and you have to remember, if you can't find anything to stir up, you got to remember, what was it that made you happy about something that you did one time? What made you happy? And once you found out what it was, you have to go redo it over again. Keep doing it until you get to a point that you can, you always use that to your advantage when you need to, you know? And so what happens is it helps you be a more creative person. It helps you dig more into yourself. And when you dig more into yourself, you find even more things. Like, that's why you can't be scared to be a random person too. In order to get myself as, being a creative spirit that I am, what I had to do, I had to be random. Like, just do random things that you wouldn't normally do. Like, for instance, today I was relaxing, and then all of a sudden I just said, you know what, hey, I'm gonna go down to the lake. I'm gonna go down to the park. I'm gonna walk around the lake and just get a nice, just get in the atmosphere of being around that lake and looking at people ride on jet skis, and looking at the squirrels climb the trees, and hearing the birds fly through the air. I just want to be there in that environment, in that atmosphere. I just want to be a part of nature. So that was a random act that I committed because I wanted to express myself, to get myself to feel good about myself. And the more you feel good about yourself, the more you can be random. The more you can be random and do these creative things. Because one thing you don't want to do is you don't want to be stagnant. You don't want to have a routine. You don't want to always be like watching TV all the time, and putting all your trust and you putting all your energy in TV and looking at what's going on TV, but not really doing nothing for yourself. You don't want to do the same thing all the time, because when you do the same thing all the time, it keeps you confined. And when you're confined, the soul, your spirit becomes miserable. Because one thing about the spirit in the human body, it likes to be moving all the time. It likes to stay energetic. I always use Jesus as an example. When Jesus came here on the earth, if you read the scriptures about Jesus in his life, he was always moving. He was always going somewhere. He went over to the sea, and he went under the bridge, and he went in the cave, and he did this, and he never was still. He always was moving, because that's what the Spirit of God is. That's what being your true self is all about. You don't really need, it's limitless. Like, when you become a limitless person who really is not tied down by anything, you're not confined to anything, you always moving. You always going somewhere. You always talking to people. You always meeting new people. You always going new places. You always trying out new things, wearing new clothes, doing shopping in new places, going clubbing at new places, trying new dresses, trying new drinks, trying new desserts. You just have a wide range mind. Your mind is open, and you're willing to do anything, because you realize that nothing is out to really harm you, not unless you put yourself around things that are, there to harm you. But that's what being creative is all about. The more you can release all tension, and you can release all systematic thinking that makes you do the same things all the time, and implement as much things that are random as possible, you begin to take on that lifestyle of, your mind will always bubble up a thought of randomness, and you'll be like, yeah, you know what? I want some ice cream. Or yeah, let me try that new energy drink. Somebody will come in your presence with an energy drink that is very new. You've never seen it, and it'll just come. They're just come in your presence, and that energy drink, they have two of them, and they actually give you one. Hey, do you want to try this energy drink? Yeah, let me try that. And you know, it's just like life will present itself. Life will present itself to you with new things if you always searching for new things. If you decide to go outside and find pennies, you're gonna find pennies all over the ground, and they were there every day, but you didn't notice it until you started focusing on it. That's how the mind works. When you focus on something, that's what you get. You get the results of what you focus on. You know, like I can't stress that anymore. It's all about creativity. And another way to be creative is finding different mediums to and outlets to express your creativity through. This can be dancing, you know. This can be exercise. This can be, excuse me. This can be teaching individuals. This can be anything. It could be art, painting. It could be making music. It could be doing work. Um, it could be cooking. It could be anything that helps you express yourself more. Do more of that. Do more of that and do less of what you don't want to do. Now, you're going to be in a position at all times to do what be doing what you don't want to do, but that's only temporarily. The more you start to do the things that you want to do, just because you got the time to do it, it will begin to take over your life. It will begin to get rid of the things in your life that you don't want to do, but you have to do for the time being. So you always want to push yourself in a direction of doing things that you want to do whenever you can do it. That way you will get yourself in a mentality to only want to do what you want to do, and it will X out everything in your life. God will come in your life and take out all the things that you don't love to do and have you doing only things that you love to do. If you show faith, if you show that you really want to do what you want to do. Now, if you only halfway doing what you want to do, of course you're going to still be doing what you don't want to do versus what you want to do, because you're not going after what you want to do more enough. So go after what you want to do more, and then it will get rid of all the things that you don't want to do. That was tongue time right there. So creativity is everywhere, it's everything, it's in everybody. It's about being random. It's about just having a free mind to just want to try new things and you go new places, meet new smiling faces. It's just a matter of just being different. Be unique, be weird. We got these social networks and stuff out here. Express yourself. You know, show people your thoughts. Be creative. Just post pictures or whatever you want to do. This is your life. This is your life. You got so many people out here that's looking for approval from other people. You can't live your life based on what somebody gonna think of you, because you are always gonna be unique. You're the only you ever. You're the only version of you. So you cannot be validated by somebody else. It doesn't make any sense for you to feel bad about what somebody's gonna say about what you are expressing. You are the only one that's feeling it. You are the only Trennis, or whatever your name is. You are the only person. And you're going to do what you want to do because that's what you love to do. So put out in the world the things that you like. Put out what you are. Put out who you are. Express who you are. Yeah, of course it's going to sound weird and like you want to take it back. Of course you're going to feel awkward doing it because you know that nobody else is like you. That's why you feel the way you do when you want to be creative. You feel nervous because you think that people are going to reject you because they're not like you. They're never going to be like you. That's what makes superstars superstars. How is it that a superstar has so much influence and so much attention? It's because they are so comfortable with who they are as a person and who God made them to be, and they are being it. They are being it. And guess what? We love them for it. Same thing and then we love them for it because they being themselves. Same thing with a baby. Why do we love a baby? Because A baby is being himself. A toddler is walking around the room being himself. We love that about a toddler, and we don't even realize why we're attracted to that toddler. Thank you for watching this video. I hope that helped you be more creative. It's Trent Sanderson. I'm booming out these videos. Your greatest version ever. Have a good day.